Hey, what's going on, people? My name is Big Mooney. Today we're going to be doing a commentary over some Naval Strike gameplay. And more closely, we're going to be focusing on the map Operation Mortar. It's the map that has the cannons and stuff, you know. Just so you know exactly what I'm talking about. But for any of you guys that were unaware, I don't know, maybe you were off internet for a day or two, but Naval Strike is here. It was released to premium users yesterday. So if you are a premium player, and I'm pretty sure it's on all platforms at this moment in time. I can't really confirm nor deny that, but it's on PC. That's what I play on, so I was playing some. So far, what I've played, I've relatively enjoyed. It's one of the better DLCs that I've seen in recent times, at least anyway, when it comes to a Battlefield title. And it of course comes with a new game mode, which was originally called, back in Battlefield 2.142, it was called Titan Mode. In this DLC, it's called Carrier Assault, because that's exactly what you're doing, assaulting an aircraft carrier. And that part of it, it's a bit strange the way that it's sort of done, because that part of it doesn't come into play as much as you would maybe think. At least in my experience so far, it really hasn't. I was thinking before this actually came out that it was going to be more so along the lines of one team is sort of attacking, one team is defending, and you're just sort of, you know, you're going stage by stage and getting closer into the middle of an aircraft carrier or something and blowing it up eventually. I thought it was something like that, although what I've described kind of just sounds like Rush, but with an aircraft carrier. But what the game ends up actually playing out like is pretty much Conquest. You capture flags, those flags have missile launchers on them, those launchers fire at the enemy ship, the ship drains tickets, and by the time you hit a certain point, you break into the ship and you take the MCOM stations inside the ship and you win the game. Now, one of the problems with the way that it's kind of set up with the maps at the moment is there's not enough boats to go around. So you end up trapped in the middle of nowhere like you're seeing just now. I ran all the way from the mainland all the way out here just for the game to end, which is awesome. I mean, I love running miles for no reason. They just need to put some more simple little transport boats around the map for people to just get about in. One thing I do want to say about this map in particular though, this map looks awesome. It's one of the best looking online multiplayer maps I have ever seen in any game. As we slowly descend in towards the broken castle here, the enemy team have landed. We need to get in there, contest for this flag. And as we dismount our helicopter,
you got knocked the fuck out, man!
Yeah, that happened. Now, how a map looks and how a map plays are, of course, two completely different things. And Operation Mortar, in particular, has a few interesting aspects to it. For example, this that I've touched on briefly earlier on, the castle up the top of the mountain or hill or whatever it's classed as, I don't know. It's a really dynamic part of the map. It's a really fun part of the map where it's got that whole sort of underground section to it that I've just came up from. I use the underground tunnels to flank my opponents in this particular clip that you're watching just here. Instead of taking the more direct route that you can just run straight up the hill towards them, which usually is met with a couple of bullets to the face, or you can just do what everyone seems to be doing in this clip here and just come in from the sky, just out of nowhere. But the whole underground section is a very nice touch. As for the actual courtyard itself, it's pretty standard stuff. You know, you've got your just random crap all over the place. And cannons, because why not? They're not very effective, but thanks, Dice. I mean, they're a cool little thing to just put in there. And I want to get a cannon kill. Thing is, though, they shoot about 50 feet or something. They're pretty shit, to be honest with you. I know they're old as hell, so I mean, I wasn't really expecting like a super laser beam cannon or something coming out of the end of that thing. Although that would be awesome. Dice, get on that. But as for the rest of the map, there's large parts of it that are really open, but there is plenty of cover, and I've found that in my time playing this, when you're just in the sort of general foliage and just crap like you can see at the moment here, it can be difficult to actually see your enemies because of just how green the place is. And of course, with it being a military shooter, everyone is wearing green and brown and stuff, and they blend in pretty nicely, which I know is the point. So it is difficult to pick out your enemies sometimes. It's kind of one of the reasons why you can see in this gameplay here I'm using an infrared scope with my M416. That guy should not have killed me there, man. That was around the corner. Damn netcode. As you can see, it's not really been improved that much. But overall, I am enjoying this so far. This is one of the better maps that I've seen come from a downloadable content expansion pack, whatever you want to call it these days. It is a very well balanced map, just like I mentioned earlier on. It can be sort of frustrating when the game moves on into the sort of insides of your aircraft carrier or your opponent's aircraft carrier, and you're just stranded on the island. I do think they have to put around more transport in terms of boats and stuff around the flags that you capture, because there's just not enough. I don't want them putting big huge boats everywhere, just ones that you can get around it. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this commentary. If you have, hit that like button down below, and I'll see you guys next time.